Keriotosse, or Keriotosse, or Keriotosse. You know, to be completely honest, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce the name of this game. But anyway, it's a game that was released exclusively in 1998 for the Sega Saturn in Japan. And it's one of those games where it does one thing and one thing only, and it does it pretty well. It is a fighting game that bears many resemblances to the Super Smash Bros. Series. Now, before you go calling this a knockoff, just be aware that it was released 1 year before Super Smash Bros. Even came out on the Nintendo 64. And what it does is it pits you in a 1 to 4 player battle arena where you play the computers, or you can play friends, where you can pick one of 21 of the different varied characters in the game, ranging from a little girl to a Gundam-type robot, to a cyborg-type robot, to this little plant guy, pandas, and even an old man that apparently likes to chase little girls in the playground and is looking for love. Well, yeah, anyway, that wouldn't fly these days in a video game, I can tell you that much. But yeah, it's a battle arena game, and it's very simple. Basically, it boils down to each character has one super move, and a basic jump and a basic attack button. And the only objective in this entire game is just to knock your opponents off the playfield. And there are 8 different arenas, and 9 if you count the final boss stage. 21 different characters, which is actually very impressive because their super moves, which you can use with just the tap of a button, are actually pretty varied, and most of them are pretty fun. My personal favorite is the one from the little girl because it's absolutely devastating. If you use it when the characters are close to the edge of the stage, it's almost a guaranteed kill. And it's very satisfying when I use it and get a triple kill on 3 of the computer-controlled AI opponents. And really, that's about all there is to be said about the gameplay. Like I said, it's very basic. There's a single-player mode where you move up through all 9 of the levels until you reach the end where you fight what else other than a dragon. And how would you kill this big, fearsome dragon? Well, with nothing other than beach balls. Yes, I'm not even kidding. That right there just kind of tells you the sort of sense of humor and style that this game has. And it is quite a shame because some of the levels are very inventive. My absolute favorite level is probably the first level, mainly because you play in a playground, but it has a lot of other things that you can interact with, like a seesaw, or swings, and the beach balls, and you can use all these different things to try and knock your opponents off. Now, other levels do introduce other mechanics, such as flowing water, which can really easily knock you off the level if you get caught in it. A tilting level, blowing winds, there's all these different things. I just kind of wish that they would have used a bit more of what was found in level 1 in the other 8 stages. And after you're done with the single player, you unlock all of the characters for use in the battle arena mode, which lets you choose from any of the 21 characters, and you can pick on any stage that you want to play on and fight on there until you win. And the way that you win in this game, it's the first person to 3 wins basically wins it. So this is sort of like a combination between the gameplay of Super Smash Bros. And Bomberman. And yeah, it's a pretty simple game. The graphics are actually pretty impressive for the Sega Saturn. Some of the textures on some of the levels, Stage 2 in particular, are actually really nice. The music's pretty happy and upbeat. There's a couple of tunes in there, especially the opening title theme song, which are very catchy. And the controls, well, that might be the only problem that some people might have with this game. No matter which level you're playing on, and it's especially true on the ice level, you feel like you're running on ice a lot of times. Now, I'm not quite sure if, that's a good or a bad thing. It actually adds some strategy to it, because in order to aim your shots and hit the opponents off, you do have to be, you have to use a little bit of skill. It's not as simple as it may look. But some people might really be put off by it as you get knocked off by opponents. And the other downfall to this game is when you're playing single player, and let's say you do get knocked off right at the beginning of the level, well, you got to sit there and watch the AI characters battle it out, and sometimes that can take, anywhere from 10 seconds to upwards of a minute or 2, so sometimes it can get a little bit annoying, but that just gives you incentive to not get knocked off right from the start. However, I must admit, I did have some fun kind of cheering on fights between the AI opponents, rooting for the character that, hadn't won a round yet to beat the other character that was about to win if they win one more round, so in a way it was kind of entertaining and fun to watch. Replayability is a bit limited. This is not the kind of game that you're going to play over and over. I mean, it's interesting to use the different characters to find out their different special moves, but beyond that, this is the kind of game that, I'll revisit it once, maybe twice a year to kind of just have some fun with it. It's a good pick up and play title, and definitely a game that is a lot of fun and worth owning if you have a way to play import Sega Saturn games. As always, guys, thanks for watching.